I am Jill Baird, and today is our fourth and final low-impact cardio HIIT workout of our Sweat Smart series. I can't believe it's already the last workout. We have a warm-up. We have the main body of our workout and a cool down, and it's all going to take about 20 minutes. The only equipment you need is your body, that's your equipment. And I suggest having a mat. We will be down on the ground for a couple of moves, so if you want something soft or something that isn't the ground to lay down on or to put your hands down on, then by all means, please grab a mat. I do not play music in my classes so that you can play your own music. Play whatever makes you motivated, whatever gets you going, but if you need a suggestion for some music, I have linked my Spotify down below, and I have all kinds of different playlists on there that you can choose from. I do suggest having a water and a towel to wipe some sweat in case you need it during our breaks. And speaking of break, there is one long break programmed in the main workout set, but if you need a longer break, you're going to press pause, you're going to take your break, and then you're going to press play and jump back in. No walking away, no getting distracted. You stay close by and you press play again. But the beauty of the recorded workout is you can go at your own pace. All right, we have 5 warm-up moves, the same 5 warm-up moves we've done throughout this entire series. So now they are your warm-up moves. When you move out from this program and you find other workouts that you want to do, they might not have a warm-up included, but you have these warm-up moves in your little exercise toolbox. All right, we are going to get started with our march and arm hug or arm cross. When you hear the bell, we're just gonna start marching and then hugging those arms in front of the body. I like to open my arms with my thumb facing up towards the ceiling. It feels really nice to open up my chest. So the reality is a lot of us spend much of our day working in front of a computer or looking at a smartphone, which means that we're hunched forward. And this is just a really nice way to counter all of that leaning forward, the tech body, if you will. So you can make this as fast as you want. Okay, coming up next is our step jacks. So feet hip width distance apart, or shoulder width distance apart, hip width distance apart to start. And then we're gonna tap the toe out to the side as we bring the arms overhead. If it's not right for you to bring your arms overhead, you're gonna bring them out laterally. So the warm-up gets our body ready for the main workout, which means it reduces our risk of injury because our muscles and our joints are warm and lubricated. The muscles are warm, joints are lubricated, and we're ready to go. All right, come to one end of your mat, bend your elbows into your side, 90 degrees, shoulders down and back away from your ears, and just 2 steps in one direction and 2 steps in the opposite direction as we lift the elbows shoulder height. Think about keeping your collarbones spread wide by keeping your shoulder blades drawing back towards one another and down towards your back pockets, which you probably don't have on your workout pants, but just imagine you're wearing jeans and you're trying to tuck your shoulder blades down into those back pockets. All right, now we have butt kicks with a row. Go ahead and tap your stomach, make sure your core is turned on. Bring your arms out, shoulder height, palms facing down. Hug the elbows together as you kick your own bottom behind the bum. I don't know, what are the other synonyms? The booty, the peach. You got it. Bring your heel to it. So this opens up the quadricep, which is the big muscle in the front of our leg, and it warms up the hamstring, the big muscle in the back of the leg. All right, now we have those front presses and heel taps at the bell, or if you don't need to wait for the bell, you just jump on in and join me. And that's also a warm-up you can do before you go for a walk, a run, cycle, spin, whatever it is that you like to do, hike. It's important to get the body ready to go before you just head on out the door. Okay, we have 45 seconds until we start our workout. Like I said, 10 exercises. We'll do each one, we'll have a break, and then we'll jump back in and repeat them. The first move is going to be lateral, so I'd like for you to start at one end of your mat, and we're going to take 1, 2, 3 fast steps, and then drive the opposite knee in, and we're on in 20 seconds. So when you hear the bell, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 knee, 1, 2, 3 knee, and I like to, you know, kind of move my elbows like I'm walking really fast. All right, we're on in 5 seconds. I don't know about you, but I'm already sweaty from the warm-up. All right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm pretty low in this 1, 2, 3 knee. And if it's too much to lift the knee, just come up onto the tippy toes. But let's give lifting the knee a try before we decide that it's tippy toes. So this works our low abs, which abs should be turned on. It works our buns. And then the lateral movement is really good for us because it works the outer, the glute medius. All right, our next move is 4 fire feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a tap, 1, 2, 3, 4, tap. Okay, so we're gonna just switch the hand that taps each time. And you don't have to come all the way down to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, tap, 1, 2, 3, 4, tap. You can just reach your fingertips in the direction of the ground because I want your chest to stay proud so that I can see your name tag and you can see mine the entire time if we were actually standing in front of each other. Woo, buns are on fire here. Quads too. All right, now we're gonna keep with that tapping the ground theme. We're gonna come into a alternating step back lunge and a tap. So again, the fingertips don't have to touch the ground. Feet hip width distance apart, bringing that back knee in the direction of the mat. Definitely don't slam it down onto the mat. So this is the foundation of a move that's called a starter drill, where you would then incorporate a kick into this move for a little bit of a jump, plyometric or high impact, if you will, version. Woo! Okay, heart rate is high. We're gonna come into a static hold move. So what that means is we're gonna hold it. Plie, so heels in, toes out, press out against the knees. And we're gonna stay down in the plie, lift one heel, put it back on the ground, lift the other. If the heel lift is too much, you're just gonna keep the heels on the ground, feel these outer buns, squeeze them, and then press through the outside of your knee to keep your knees from caving in towards one another. Think about that chest, staying tall and proud. Lengthen your waist, up and out of your hips, no sinking down. All right, whoo, kick those legs out. Next move, we're gonna stay grounded. So my left leg is gonna stay in place, and I'm gonna do a bicycle twist to a monster kick, just moving my right leg. So twist, elbow towards knee, and then kick and reach the foot towards, the hand towards the foot. So I'm not crouching down to get my elbow to my knee. They're just working in the general direction of one another. And if it's too much to do the kick, you can just do the elbow to knee. It's kind of, I like to say, patting your head and rubbing your tummy at the same time. Okay, same thing on the other side. So the right leg is going to be grounded, fingertips behind the ears, elbows out wide, core engaged like someone was going to crawl across your belly if you were laying flat on the floor. Bicycle twist and kick. So the kick really works into the hamstring, the back, posterior chain. Posterior means behind us, the back side of the body. And a lot of times we focus much of our effort on the front part of our body, squatting, bicep curls, running, cycling, all those moves that work the anterior chain. So it's nice to work the posterior chain. And speaking of the posterior chain, up next we have a hinge. So it's the foundation of a kettlebell swing. You can kind of interlace your fingers here in a little triangle. Hinge your hips back. Fingertips go between your legs, and the higher the better. And then you squeeze your bum, and that is what brings your arms up to shoulder height. So it's a hinge, butt goes back, and then squeeze your butt, press through your feet to come up. So we're working our buns and, once again, our hamstrings and our back as well. All right, now we're going to come into what's called a walkout. Come to the back of your mat. You're going to squat down, bring your hands to the mat, walk yourself out to a plank, walk back, come up to stand on repeat. So as you become more and more advanced, you'll be able to hinge at the hips here, bring your fingertips to the mat, and come out with more straight legs. But since this is the first time I've introduced the walkout in any of our workouts in the series, we are doing it with bent knees. All right, go ahead and come out into a plank. Come down to your knees and then lower your belly down to the mat. We're going to come into a superhuman, so tops of the feet press into the mat. And we're going to lift the head and the chest away from the mat. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. And it's not a wrenching of the back, it's a lifting. Pull your belly button back towards your spine. Imagine there's like a little thumbtack underneath there. Woo! I made quite the sweat print on my mat. Do you have one? All right, next we're going to do a walking burpee. So we're going to get started in that plank, top of a push-up, step one foot up, then the other. Reach your hands up to the ceiling, walk it back. If you want to make it harder, come up onto your tiptoes as you press those hands up towards the ceiling. And do your best to alternate which foot steps back each time. And then step forward with that same foot. That's a good way to remember it. Woo! Okay, this is our long break. So go ahead and towel off if you need. Grab a sip of water. So we're going to hear a bell and then we're going to have 45 seconds to recover. Okay, now we have 45 seconds. If you're done resting and you don't need to recover, I want you to go into step jacks. We did those in our warm-up. And then I also want you to think about if you don't need time to recover, maybe you need to work a little bit harder in the workout. So either go a little bit faster or a little bit deeper. This is beginner, so I don't want you overextending, but I do want you to check in with yourself and think about your intensity and where you're at. Okay, we're on in 10 seconds with the lateral step knee. I'm gonna start at the other end of my mat. So we'll take 3 lateral steps and drive the inner knee in. 1, 2, 3, knee, 1, 2, 3, knee. So it's like a sprinter drill. The elbow and the knee aren't touching each other. I'm not twisting them towards one another. It's just, I'm lifting, driving opposite elbow and opposite knee. And maybe hold for a 1, working on some balance there, which is so important for us as we mature or age. Balance is a great predictor of the quality of the life we are going to lead. All right, 4 fast feet and a floor tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, tap. 1, 2, 3. And maybe you stay a little bit lower in your fast feet. So think about your butt drawing back. And remember, you never have to touch the ground. If it makes you hunch forward, you're not going to touch the ground. You should do 4 fast feet and then fingertips in the direction of the mat. Let's go. Woo! Toasty. Spicy, as I like to say. All right, so it says reverse lunge taps. So feet, railroad tracks, not a tightrope. The tightrope is going to make us fall over. Step 1 foot back. Those fingers work towards the mat. So the foot that's stepping back, those are the fingers that are reaching towards the mat. And we do have a little bit of a hinge here. So the butt is pulling back and the chest is a little bit of a diagonal from those buns. Make sure you're looking in front of you and not down, okay? Next we have the plie. Tighten my shoelace. So heels in, toes out. Sit low, tuck your tailbone under. You can bring your hands to shoulder height or hands to your waist. Kind of adds a little bit of extra tension here. And it's pulses, squeezing the buns as you simultaneously lift one heel and then the other. And then see if you can lift the corners of your mouth. Even sometimes when we're in the deepest of challenges, we can send a signal to our brain that, hey, I've got this. Tell that negative committee that's up there telling me I can't do this, that it's time to zip it, okay? We all have that negative committee. It's just a matter of letting the positive committee be spoken, be heard. Make that voice louder. Okay, ground the left foot, twist, right knee to left elbow, and then monster kick, left hand towards right toes. So a lot of balance here as the toes just sort of tap the mat, or if you need more stability, you bring the foot completely down and then do your taps. So this left leg, that's my leg that's straight, is really working hard. I'm giving that quadricep a squeeze to lift my kneecap, and I'm squeezing that outer glute. And that lift away from the mat and the squeeze is what helps to keep me balanced in combination with core turned on, as if I was laying on my back and some little critter was gonna crawl across my tummy. Maybe it's your dog, maybe it's your kid, your cat. I don't know, whatever pet you have. I'm really surprised that Fiona isn't over here taking over the mat. She is snoozing by the chair. I'm not sure if you can see her, but I think she gave up. When I was setting up the camera, she found a nice comfy spot on the mat, but I politely asked her to move over by the chair, and for once, she listened. I don't know if you caught the yoga video a couple weeks ago, but she'd basically taken over the entire mat. Okay, now it's that hinge. I'm gonna come from this direction. So remember, it's feet hip width distance apart, buns back, reach the fingertips back towards the wall behind you, and then press into your heels and squeeze your bum at the same time to come up to stand. And you can experiment. Your feet can be a little bit wider. And I do like to bend my knees. I'm not squatting, I'm hinging because the movement starts with my butt pressing back like I'm closing the car door behind me with my fanny. Ooh, there's another synonym for buns. Fanny, tush. Okay, now to those walkouts. I'm gonna start at this end of the mat this time. And then if you wanna try the hinge versus the squat, again, it's a hinge, buns back, fingertips towards the mat, walk out into that high plank, shoulders over wrists, and then walk it back and come up to stand. So building upper body strength here, glute strength, core strength. This is also a fantastic warm-up move to get your heart rate elevated at the end of a warm-up. It's also a fantastic move on its own. All right, we're gonna come down for those superhumans. So go ahead and come down to your mat. With control, lower all the way down to your belly. Tops of the feet press into the mat, arms out, and we lift and lower. Exhale, pull your belly button back towards your spine, lift. Inhale as you lower with control. So no flopping back down to the mat. And these are so important because they work the posterior chain. They work the back side of our body, our core. So a lot of people think core is only your six-pack abs. It's not. It's everything from your butt up to your diaphragm, so the bottom of your ribs. And these superhumans, okay, now we're gonna do those walking burpees. Woo, admirable sweat print there. The superhumans work the support muscles that run along our spine, so they're really important for good posture. So if you only focus on training your front abdominals, you're gonna be super imbalanced and your posture is gonna take a hit as a result. So training the back side of the body is very important. Oh, friends, high fives all around. Charlie, it's okay. All right, let's just take some steps. Charlie, from side to side.
Activity completed.
Bringing the heart rate down. And then we'll just do some arm swings here as we step side to side. That was great, guys. I hope you were as happy with it as I was. Drop me a note in the comments below. Let me know what you thought. All right, now step your feet a little wider than hip width distance apart. And we're just gonna move from side to side, stretching out the inner thigh here. Very carefully bending into one knee as you straighten the other leg and then switch it out. Okay, carefully come up to stand, and we're gonna do some hamstring stretches. So standing with both feet facing the front of your mat, bend into one knee, and then extend the other leg out in front as you sweep the fingertips towards the toes. All right, let's do one more each side. Very nice. And we're going to do a calf stretch here, just straightening in to that front leg, bending the knee, and straightening. And then switch it out, other side. All right, friends, I'm looking forward to seeing you back here on Friday for the ultimate conclusion to our Sweat Smart program with our yoga flow. Guaranteed to make you feel good, so don't skip it. All right, friends, take good care, and I will see you back here soon.